Hey everyone. Okay, I was outside before. It was nice out. I had good lighting and everything. And the main thing that I wanted to tell you about in the video, I completely blanked out on. Okay, so it's nothing like life changing, but these are just things that I've picked up on this week and the past week. So last week, Donald Trump posted on Truth Social a video. It was a Fox News video. And Derek Johnson reposted it on X. And in the video, like the beginning of the video had the EBS bars at the beginning. Later on in the day, I saw a different Fox video where it had the EBRs at the end of the video, and I can't find them. Like, I cannot find the videos. They're there somewhere. I just don't know the titles of them. But it's interesting to see that they are continuing to put it into people's subconscious and put it in front of people so that, you know, there's an awareness that this kind of stuff is coming. They keep giving clues, breadcrumbs. So there's that. Now, before I forget, I want to talk about this because this is today, the last 3 days. But I picked up on it today because Derek Johnson did a live like 3 days ago and he posted it. And they're long. They're like 2.5 hours long, sometimes 3. But about 8 minutes and 30 seconds in. And he's been alluding to this all along, but now he's just outright said it. He's like, the Trump that you see in the blue suit and red tie, that's not him. That's his body double. That's whoever it is playing, whoever you think it might be who's playing him. He didn't say who is, but he just said that that's not Trump. And because he's been showing different like examples and saying like Donald Trump is 6'3". He's like, I'm 6 foot. I'm like the same height as him. And, you know, like they'll show pictures of like Donald Trump with other heads of, you know, like other like dignitaries and rulers in other countries. And like somebody will be like 5'8", and you know, so like, but they'll be like the same height. And he's like, you know, like he's trying to show like this is just acting. This is just central casting because Donald Trump is 6'3". How can they be the same height? How can they be close to the same height if he's 6'3"? Because, you know, somebody 5'8", he's got like 5 inches on that person, right? But yet they're like the same height. So that's like, I thought he was more so trying to say like that's not a real person standing next to President Trump. But no, he's been trying to say all along Donald Trump is not the person that we see doing all the speaking and stuff like that is not Donald Trump. That is the person standing in for him. Donald Trump, the real Donald Trump, is the one that we always see on the golf courses. That is real Donald Trump, he said. So that was interesting. So, you know, the fact that he finally put it out there, that's very interesting to kind of say, and just, you know, confirms everything that we kind of already know. So that's what I wanted to say. So then as far as like last week, I don't know if you know, I don't know what people pay attention to, but on TikTok, Perez Hilton tried to off himself on a live stream. And it was pretty horrific from what I'm hearing and pretty like gruesome. And so like the reason why I'm bringing that up because it's just like that kind of clue that people are unraveling, NPCs are unraveling a bit. Like they're really going through mental crisis. And he had like something happen to him weeks ago. He took flu medication on an empty stomach and apparently it caused an ulcer. And that ulcer then caused him to develop sepsis. So he was in the hospital for like 3 weeks trying to fight the sepsis. And like, you know, had a lot going on in his life. He recently moved to Miami and then this happened. So it's very interesting I'm not like, you know, whatever. You know, I don't think that's anything to like be spectacle about. But just what I'm saying is that I'm seeing different things kind of like unravel. And speaking of unraveling, another thing which I find super hilarious, and I have schadenfreude all day, every day about it. I'm sorry, I admit it, is the Tate brothers getting arrested in Miami like 3 weeks ago. They got picked up by US Marshals that weren't in regulation issued gear, but US Marshals picked them up in Miami, and they've been in jail for like the last 3 weeks because the UK started the extradition process on them, which I just find hilarious, because if you know anything about him, and I've been catching up, because I mean, obviously you can't not know about him because his name is like synonymous with MAGA and the manosphere, and he's just toxic, and he's just, you know, whatever. And he's just always talking about the Matrix, and the Matrix is out to get him, and this and that. What I find, like, if you want to, like, just go look up some things on X or YouTube about him, about what's going on. So basically, he's just been bragging about all the stuff that he's been doing as far as like the trafficking, the SA, the you know, everything about breaking the law, how he's got like 9 passports, 14 licenses. He can travel anywhere. He's got money on all different grids, all different countries. His money's spread out everywhere. They'll never catch me. I can travel freely, all this stuff. Then he did a video, like, he's just been bragging about everything he does, and they're using it all against him. But he did this one video where he was in Hong Kong. He's like, I'm in Hong Kong. You know where I am. I'm in Hong Kong. Come and get me. He's saying this to the UK judicial system, right? You know, the UK government. And he's like, extradite me, because you can't, come and get me, or whatever, like all this stuff. Like, he's untouchable. He's been saying it straight out. His lawyer is the sleaziest of sleaze, like sleazy, just like that. So I've been following it every day. It's hysterical. I'm waiting for the justice to come, like, boom. I'm waiting for that hammer to come down on him hard. I'm so waiting for it, because just knowing everything that we know about everything being dismantled, he's not getting away with it this time. Like, he's going hard. Like, they're going hard with it, and you can see how, like, I've seen how, like, a lot of stuff. You can just see how it's becoming more and more, like, unbelievable, because they're really trying to put it in people's faces like, this is not real. This is something, like, this is insane. You need to start picking up, like, trying to wake people up. So there's that. What I find really, like, sad is that how society, like, these boys, these men have gravitated toward him and his brother, who are just toxic and disgusting, and, you know, every bit of imaginable thing. But then Jordan Peterson, years ago, got crucified because he didn't want to be compelled to have to call somebody. He was fighting against freedom of speech. That's what it was. And of course, they turned it into this whole thing about him hating trans people. And it's just, he has been crucified for years. And to the point where this man has, like, severe, like, mental health issues. He's had so many different, like, problems. Like, they have attacked him in every possible way. They've tried to destroy this man. And all he has wanted to do, if you look at everything he has done, was try to help men, try to help them become better and build themselves up in a more, you know, more integrity, a more, you know, honest kind of way, and how you want to live, to be like a pillar. And they destroyed that. And what I'm just saying is, it's a good depiction of how the left, like the evil figures, the evil characters that are in the game, how they still try to, like, they're still doing it. They're still getting all these people. And the person that was actually trying to bring people to the right side, like, it just seems to be, it's always, you know, because of the way we've grown up and everything we've been immersed in and brainwashed into and hypnotized, is that, you know, they're going to take the easy way. They're going to follow the disgusting people, the toxic manosphere people, because, you know, he's talking about, you know, being dripping in pee and having money and having Bugattis and having this and having that, and, you know, so of course he hooked them in, because these boys are weak. But Jordan was trying to, like, strengthen them, trying to really give them integrity and be somebody and make something of their lives. And it's sad in that respect to see that many people swayed by that. So I'm waiting for that. I'm just waiting for that. It's so bad. And then the other reason why, like, this is why I'm seeing it, is like, I've mentioned, I think before, Promethean Action, I really, really recommend if you're looking at any of this stuff, really pay attention to them, because they put out videos every day and they really like have their finger on the pulse of stuff. Even though they don't necessarily talk about like all the behind the scenes stuff, they know what's going on. Like Susan Kokinda, she especially knows what's going on, but both of them do. Her and Barbara Boyd are like the two that are like every day they're making different videos. Super, super intelligent. They know what they're talking about. They point out like what all the left is doing. But it was interesting because she pointed out, she was talking about Prince Charles recently in like one of their live streams. And she was talking about like, if you just like, she came right out and said Prince Charles is pagan. Like the whole British crown is pagan. That's it. Like she came right out and said, which is interesting because she's never said that. She's always kind of alluded to it, that like she knows, like she's trying to say something, but she sticks to like politics and economics. So for her to come right out and say that he's pagan, and like if you look at his, she had a picture of his coronation invitation, and get out of that. There is the picture of the green man right in the middle of the invitation. So, you know, that is a clear pagan figure. So it was interesting to have her say that, like, because this stuff has to be laid on people in a way, like, you know, like they have to kind of ease it in. But very, very interesting stuff that they talk about every day. But it has helped me see, because like basically they say like, you know, the way that the British Empire, the British imperial system, just the whole British Empire, basically that like them having like, they're being like radical Islamists and communist, democratic, socialist, and everything, trying to inflate the country and trying to take over. Obviously that is the entities trying to get like that last ditch effort to try and like see some power back and think. But that's what I'm getting at with Tate, because Tate is that side. But if you listen to him, he's trying to convince people that he's not guilty, that he's innocent, he's never done anything wrong. He is so important to society. I ate paneer and it's making me hiccup. Trying to align himself with Donald Trump, trying to get himself not from being extradited. But you just taunted the UK to extradite you, and they said, okay, hold my beer, FAFO. Okay? But that's what I'm saying, because if you look at him, you compare him to Jordan Peterson, like Jordan Peterson represents like everything that Trump is doing for the world, for the whole game, and he is representative of the old guard that they're trying to get out. And it's like he's clinging like a dingleberry for dear life, thinking he's going to be saved. He's going to jail, and I cannot wait. That's why I say I have schadenfreude all day, every day, and I don't care. Anyway, that's my wrap up for this week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.